everybody, I'm JJ Johnson, you're watching Reality Survival, and today we are going to talk about the importance of repair kits and having a repair kit in your preps, as well as kind of at the same time as we're going through this, we're going to be looking at the items that came in the Mission 39 battle box. So, and I'm just going to kind of show you what came in the box and maybe make some suggestions for other stuff that you can make in your repair kits. Trying to think of a way to make these battle box videos a little bit more useful aside from just showing the items in the box. Also going to give you my opinion on the knife of the month this month, which is the Black Scout Survival Feather Stick. We'll look at that here in a little bit. And talk a little bit about some of the upcoming reviews we have and stuff like that. So with that, here is the card for the battle box if you want to see the items and the costs and all that kind of stuff. It's right there. And the first one we'll go ahead and get into. Well, before I get into that, let's talk a little bit about repair kits and the general idea of this theme. It's a great idea to have a small possibles bag or repair kit in your bug out bag, in your get home bag, in whatever kind of bags that you have, just something small so that you can handle a variety of situations, that may pop up that you couldn't have really foreseen necessarily. And the idea is to be able to have stuff that can fix broken items. Maybe you could sew up ripped clothes, maybe you could fix a leaky hose, different things like that, like just problems that happen. It can help you deal with those things. When I was in Afghanistan, I had a whole backpack devoted that I would put in our Land Cruiser that was devoted to basically vehicle issues, because we always had crazy crap happen to us. I had one time my back driver's side wheel fell off as I was driving down the road, and I feel this shift in the vehicle, and all of a sudden I look over and my tire is passing me. So the point is that you just never know what's going to happen, and so it's a good idea to have a little kit put together that can address a lot of issues. Obviously duct tape is a great item to have, and I think we're going to see some of that stuff in here. So anyway, let's go ahead and break this stuff out. All right, the first one was the Gear Aid Tenacious tape. And here we go. So here is the item. And it looks like this is, it's basically made, it's like a clear repair tape that's made for fabrics, nylon, canvas, mesh, neoprene, rubber, and vinyl. So that's kind of cool. It will allow you to, just a little roll of stuff that would allow you to do some repairs on those kinds of items. And that's kind of cool. Maybe you had a hole in your tent or something like that. That would be good. And as you can see, it doesn't really take up a whole lot of space. It's pretty light, so that's cool. That would be a good addition there. Tent repair kits and things like that might be something, very similar. Some additional seam sealer potentially if you carry a tent in your bag or something along those lines. Okay, this next one is the Atwood Rope Mini TRD. So let me see if I can find that. Oh wait, here it is. Duh, I just set it off to the side. Okay, so this is basically a little mini spool of 125 feet of 100-pound test cord. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of got some line on there, and it has a, sorry, that's my desk making noise. It's got a cutter on it as well. So, you can basically stretch out however much you need and then, cut off a little piece. And a 100-pound test is actually, more than strong enough to deal with most of this kind of situations and stuff that you would need. And 125 foot is a lot. That's going to go a long ways, and you'd be able to use that for many different things. So that's kind of cool. And it's on a nice little dispenser. You can tie it off, and then it's got the cutter on there too. So yeah, that's a good deal. And yeah, cool. I'm going to move to the next one. Okay, let's see. The Gear Aid Seam Grip Field Repair Kit. Where'd that go? Ah, it's all upside down. Gear Aid. No, hold on. Seam Grip Field Repair Kit. The heck of a time finding this stuff. Gear Aid Field Repair Kit. Okay. All right, it's been a long day. So here is the little field repair kit, and I think I just mentioned something like this a minute ago, talking about like a seam seal and different stuff like that. So this is kind of a similar setup. It's just got a little plastic container, and then it has, it's got several like rubberized patches, and then couple of rubberized patches and stuff like that in there, and then some seam sealer and outdoor repair kind of glue, as well as a little brush. So I didn't even realize that that was in there when I said that earlier, so I guess that was a little redundant. But the point is that they're thinking about this stuff, and they're actually putting together a pretty good little kit. So that's good. All right, we'll move that over to the side. And I'm not familiar with Gear Aid. If you guys have used any of the Gear Aid products, you know, I'd be interested to see what you think about them in the comments below. Okay, try to make this a little bit more where I can see what I'm getting here. Okay, the Fix and Zip. I saw that one. So this is kind of cool. This is basically a replacement zipper slider. So there's the box, Fix and Zip. And it just has this very small little zipper on here, and it's got like a little wheel on it, so you can take it apart and put it back together on the zipper that you have. So it looks like to me it's going to work for kind of the big YKK style, you know, zippers or something like that. That's kind of neat, kind of a cool thing to throw in the kit there. Also, I will put links to BattleBox in the description below. I'll also put a link to my Amazon store, and I'll try to put together a bunch of items that I think would be good items to have in a repair kit. And the Amazon store is, the link is amazon.com/shop/reality survival. So those guys who are using it, I really appreciate it, because it makes a huge difference each month. Okay, so the next one is, and this is all still in the basic, is the Gear Aid Free Sole Aqua Seal Shoe Repair. So shoe glue, basically. And there's the box. And here is the little tube. It's a 1 ounce tube of shoe seal, or shoe glue. So that is pretty cool, because it's pretty common to be able to have you know, shoes, seal, your soles come off and all that kind of stuff, and you know, so this could be very useful. Okay, so that is, oh nope, still got more in the basic box. So now we have Fiberfix, which is this right here. Fiberfix is kind of one of those, you guys have probably seen it. It's got one roll. It says it's 100 times stronger than duct tape. You may have seen it like on TV. I know I've seen ads for this stuff on TV. It comes with some gloves and then a roll of the small roll of the Fiberfix. And it's waterproof. It's, you know, you can paint it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. It's supposed to be super duper strong. So it'll repair leaky hoses, fishing rods, tent poles, broken tent poles, stuff like that. It's kind of like duct tape on steroids, basically. So that's kind of cool. A good item to have in a repair kit, you know. And I tell you, they've actually got a really good start on a kit here. If you just go and like get like maybe a little bag to put it in, to make some little Maxpedition pouches and stuff like that, put all this stuff in there, maybe add a few additional items, you're gonna have a pretty nice little repair kit. Okay, so the advanced box is the Vigilant Trails Survival Sewing Kit, and let's see here. This is the sewing kit. It's got a nice little tin. I'll show you the front of it first. So that's the front of it, and it's a good size, nice little tin. I've done some reviews on Vigilant Trail stuff in the past, and they are pretty good items. They do a good job on their kits. This has in it a metal awl, folding scissors, a metal thimble, a heavy-duty adhesive patch, zip ties, thread, 2 rolls of black, 1 roll of white, 2 black buttons, 4 white buttons, 2 tan buttons, 2 curved needles, 4 straight needles, and 7 safety pins. So pretty comprehensive little kit. You're not going to get a great idea on this by looking at it, but I'll try to kind of show you. It's laid out in there pretty good. And there's a little extra room in there, so you can put a few other things in there if you wanted to as well. And the next one is a Stronghold Haywire clamper. So that's this item right here. Now, I've never seen anything like this, but I guess the basic idea behind this tool is to be able to like securely wire like a knife to a staff, or something along those lines, if you were in like a survival situation, or maybe even make like a primitive type axe, or who knows what exactly. But basically it's just some utility wire, and then they have this little tool right here that comes with it that kind of helps you to be able to wrap these items together and tie them together. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to have to play with that a little bit and see how that works. It's also got another piece in here as well. So we'll have to take a look at that and see how effective it is. But, if nothing else, regardless of how well this works, the idea of having some utility wire is a great item to have, in your kit in general, because you can use that for repairing backpacks, when the little pins come out and stuff like that. You can use it, vehicle, if a muffler hangs down, something along those lines. I mean, you can use them for a lot of different things. So, all right, now we're getting into all the cool stuff. The next 3 things are what makes this box super cool. I mean, the first part of the box is really good because, like I said, you actually get a good start on a nice repair kit. The next 3 items are like the cool items, you know what I mean? So on the Pro box, the first item is the Exotac Rip Spool. And let me pull this out here. Let's see if I can get it out. Alright. So this is a little roll of duct tape and cord. And then on the inside of it, let's see how many, I'm just curious. It's got 50 inches of heavy duty repair tape, and it has a number 16 sail needle, 60 feet of 30-pound test braided line. So yeah, it's got some stuff in it. So when you pull this apart, you have sail needle on the inside, and then the spool of the cord is right there. And you kind of take it basically and set the needle inside like this, and then screw it together. So that's a cool little item right there. I mean, that just got your little lanyard on it, 550 cord lanyard, just hanging off your gear, and you got those items. You can use the sail needle with the cord to do some sewing. You got your duct tape. I mean, that in and of itself is a nice little repair, item right there. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, next item is the Cold Steel Pocket Bushman. It is 4116 German steel. This is a sweet little knife. I was looking at this knife a long time ago, and I didn't ever actually buy it, but I thought, man, that's a sweet looking knife. So, you know, just to give you a sense of size, I mean, I wear like a large size gloves, you know, medium to large. I mean, just average size hands or whatever. But you can see this is a big knife, and it's a good looking knife too. Let's see if I remember correctly. The way that this has a unique locking mechanism on it. It's almost like a lockback, but what you have to do is pull this back part back. So let's see if you can see that. Yeah, this has movement to it, and it locks and unlocks. So it's supposed to be a really strong. Sorry, my phone's going off here. So it's supposed to be a really strong connection, and the idea behind this originally was that you would be able to use it for, you know, all your bushcraft type tasks. So maybe you needed to do some light split wood fires or something like that. This is supposed to be able to take that kind of abuse if it was needed in like an emergency or whatever. I don't really recommend doing split wood fires with folding knives, but you know, they say this one's supposed to be able to handle that. Fixed blade is really probably a safer bet, but if you're doing small stuff under 2 inches in diameter, it's probably going to work fine, you know. So anyway, it is kind of unique as far as the way that it folds up, and you know, it's a heavy duty chunk of a knife there. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not something that you're going to be flipping open or carrying as an EDC knife or anything like that. I don't think. This is more of like a pack knife, you know, or something along those lines. It does have a little pocket clip on here as well as the lanyard, and it does have thumb studs on each side. So that's pretty cool. And again, that is all that is in the Pro Box. So let's see here. Now we go to the Pro Plus, the knife of the month, and that is going to be the Black Scout Survival Feather Stick. This is a D2 tool steel. It has a like a tech lock kind of thing on it, where you know it's kind of a big sheath that can go on your belt, and here's the shape. That's the front side of it's like a Kydex sort of molded or thermal injected, and then here's the knife. So at first glance you're kind of going to be like, oh, and I've seen some reviews where people were like, man, that's awful small, and for doing feather sticks it's probably not going to be that great and all that kind of stuff, and that's really not what it's actually intended for. This is a skinning knife is basically what it is. I have a very similar knife that I carry in my hunting pack, and it's very, you know, good knife for getting in there and, you know, peeling back skin and skinning and stuff like that on animals. I think it was part of a nest mix type of design or whatever the case may be. So it's not really intended to be a bushcrafting knife. It would probably work. You could probably, you know, make some good feather sticks and shavings and all that kind of stuff. The hole here is a lanyard hole, not a pinky hole. So, you know, anyway, the knife is really, you know, kind of designed to be held in this kind of a manner where you're basically shaving skin and different things like that. But it's a multi-purpose knife. I mean, for me, it fits right in the center of the 3-knife system that I kind of recommend, you know, having a pocket knife, a small, nimble, fixed blade knife like this, or like a Mora, or, you know, something like that. And then having a big, like 7-inch or so blade for doing split wood fires and stuff if you needed to. So super useful knife. I like the case, although I will probably take off the tech lock on the back, or whatever they call these, because to me it's just a little big and bulky for the knife, And I think just without it, just, you know, using it as almost like a neck knife, or, you know, putting it into a little kit or something like that is probably going to be the way I would carry it personally. You know, like if I put this in my hunting pack as a skinning knife, I don't need to put it on my belt. I just stick it in the pack, use it once the animal's down. So pretty cool. D2 tool steel is one of my favorite steels for knives, and that's what this is made of. VG10 and D2 tool steel are like my two favorite, you know, steels. So it's got a good positive connection in there. Seems like a great little knife. The value listed on it is $129, and that seems like a little steep. I guess that's the MSRP, but it's still, I mean, I would certainly probably pay at least $80 for a good D2, you know, tool steel knife anyway. But not bad. All in all, I think this is a pretty good month. You know, any month, I've said this in the past, any month when you get two nice knives, you know, two good quality knives in a box, that's a great month, you know, because the rest of the stuff is kind of just a bonus, and it's a bonus in a useful fashion. You know, I mean, they really hit. I'm actually kind of surprised, because I thought I was going to be able to come up with some additional items, but, you know, maybe some black tape for like electrical wires and stuff like that, adding some of that to it. Obviously, we've already got some duct tape. I would probably add in some super glue, you know, just your basic kind of general glue, or even a 2-part epoxy. You know, just a couple of tubes of that, a couple of tubes of JB Weld. I would add that in there. I always carried those when I was in Afghanistan. For my vehicle kit that I carried, I always carried a foot pump, a foot air pump, because if you have to air something up, you know, or whatever, those are a lot better to use than the hand ones. Let's see, trying to think. Oh, the other thing I put in my vehicle kit was those radiator leak bar, like the Bar S radiator leak, I think it was called. And it's like the silver dust stuff that you put in the radiator in case you get a hole in it or somebody shoots it or whatever. And then also an emergency fan belt. They have adjustable fan belts that you can put on and use, you know, basically temporarily until you get back to another location. Those was a big thing, having the good 4-way wrench for changing tires and a bottle jack as well. So that was like my vehicle kit. This is more of a repair kit. So I think they hit the big ones. You know, they've got the cord, the wire, the Fiberfix in there, the shoe glue. I mean, they've hit all the real big ones. If there's some items that you would recommend putting into a repair kit that we haven't listed here, that they haven't had in the box, then go ahead and stick those in the comments below, so that people who are putting together a kit would be able to look through the comments and get good suggestions of it. I'd really appreciate that if you guys did that. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much all for today. For this. Oh, no, I do want to talk to you real quick about some of the reviews I have coming up. I've got an Olight R50 Seeker, 2500 lumens. Pretty awesome little light there. It's got this massive battery in it. It cracks me up how big the battery is. It's like a rechargeable lithium ion that's like almost the size of a D cell. It's a pretty sweet light, and it's got a lot of power. Then the other thing we've got, which is going to be really fun, we're going to hopefully shoot this video this weekend. I got some 3D camo from North Mountain Gear. You guys can see that. 3D camo is my preferred camo over any other camo out there. And it's because it's so much more effective than regular 2D camera. You get so much closer to game. You get so many more chances when they see the leaves kind of moving and that kind of stuff. It's amazing. North Mountain Gear also sent a Ghillie Suit. So we will be looking at Ghillie Suits and the effectiveness of them, what they can be used for, how well they actually work, and all those kind of things. We're going to go up into the hills. I haven't been up to the woods in like probably a year. It's been a long time. I've just been so busy around here on the farm on the weekends and stuff like that, and just have not had the chance to get up there. But we're going to make time for these reviews because we want to do them justice, and I think it's important that we get up there to do that. So, and we will hopefully be having a guest instructor on, my buddy Chris. He is a SEER instructor up at, well, he was up at Fairchild. He's currently here at FE, and so he's going to come out with me and do some different classes. Hopefully we'll shoot several videos and stuff like that. I think it'll be a fun day. Anyway, I think that is pretty much it. As always, guys, I definitely appreciate when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys. And thank you very much for using the Amazon link. Don't forget, it's amazon.com/shop/reality survival. And if you guys would put that link in your browser, just go to it, add it to your favorites bar or to your favorites, and then use that link to get to Amazon when you buy stuff. That's all I'm looking for. You don't have to necessarily buy anything out of the store. I mean, if you do, that's awesome. I've got like, I think 500 items listed in there. I only list items in there that I know are good products. So you can check that out if you want. And yeah, I just really appreciate it when you guys use that. It pretty much saves me from being able, or from having to do like a Patreon or, you know, anything like that. I really want to try to keep the channel free. I was thinking about doing a Patreon for a while. I set up an account, but I haven't, you know, talked about it. But I just don't like the idea of them. So we're going to try to avoid it. And if you guys help me with the Amazon, then it's all, and it doesn't cost you anything more. And that's the great part about it, is it doesn't cost you anything. It gives me a few bucks, you know, off the purchases, and just works out good. So anyway, guys, thanks a bunch. Stay safe, and we will see you on the next video here shortly.